Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Subject is corporate governance and corporate social responsibility, and the lecture is on board of directors. This is second lecture on the board of directors. I am Majidullah Khan, assistant professor, Institute of Business Studies, Kohat, University of Science and Technology, Kohat. Teaching agenda for today lecture is we will discuss unitary board, two-tier board, common tenure board, and stager board. Further, we will also discuss balance on board, that how to maintain and balance on the board. We will also discuss the meetings and what the procedure to conduct a meeting of the board. We will also discuss good boardroom practices, what should be followed in during the meeting of the board. What is the role of chairman? What is the role of CEO? So moving further, there are two ways to classify the board according to its composition and according to its tenure of its membership. According to composition, there are two types of board. One is unitary and other is two-tier board. Unitary and two-tier board. So it is based on the composition. While there is on the basis of tenure, that is common tenure board, and stager board. These are according to tenure of the board. What is unitary board? We will discuss it. There is only one board in the company. Means single board, no separate tier of the board. All members make decision at one meeting simultaneously. They are sitting in one room, in one office to conduct the meeting, in one hall. Means group of members are not meet separately. Executive and non-executive directors sitting in a same board and give deliberation simultaneously on any of the issues of the company. In Pakistan, even in common law countries, not only in Pakistan, India and other countries, unitary board is there to govern the company. What is two-tier board? That is second type of the board. There are two, just like in Pakistani parliament, upper house and lower house are there with their own separate functions. Similarly, in two-tier board, one tier is called upper tier board, which is also called supervisory board. Why supervisory board? Because this board supervises the activity of the management. So it is called supervisory board, and its function is to supervise the management. The lower tier board is called management board. Only executive directors are sitting in this board. It is for the operation and responsible to operate the company, operate the firm. So it is called management board or lower tier board. This board is basically consists of non-executive director. While management board is all members are executive director and responsible for the day-to-day operating of the company, and basically actually they are full-time employee of the company. Chairman, non-executive director chair both board. Lower versus upper means the supervisory board are also chaired by the chairman, that is non-executive director. Management board is also supervised by the chairman, who is non-executive director. What the management board do? Management board do not take decision on the issue. They make recommendation to the supervisory board, and on the basis of these recommendation and deliberation of the board member as well, the supervisory board or upper board decide that what action have to be taken. All decisions are made by supervisory board in the light of these recommendation and their own thinking and information. Member of the means if except chairman, no member of supervisory board will sit here, and no member of supervisory board will sit in management board, and no member of management board will sit in supervisory board. However, the member of the management board sit or can be summoned by the supervisory board to brief them on certain issue, but he will not he cannot vote on any issue in supervisory board. He cannot cast vote on any of the issue. So the member of the management board will be there only to brief the supervisory board member on any issue. Two-tier board further. What are advantages? Non-executive director enjoys a greater power to monitor the management or management board. This type of two-tier board is basically provide better opportunity to all stakeholders to be represented over there in the board. Clear division of work between the management board and supervisory board improve the quality of decision making process. What are the problems? In two-tier board, size of the board become large, so it cost in larger size there are free rider who do not take active part in decision making process. That is one of the problem. Free rider might be there on the board who enjoy free ride. So larger board cost high to the company. Larger board also dilute the effect of better directors. Maybe executive directors have better power to set policies. Maybe executive director are better in a position to guide the company in a longer term, or participate in the management or in the supervision of the company, but they have very less opportunity to be there in the supervisory board. Decision pass through two-tier and take time. So delaying decision is one of the disadvantages of the two-tier board. Common tenure board. Now on the basis of tenure, we divided the board into common tenure board and stager board. What is common tenure board? We will discuss it. All directors are elected at retired at the same time. If let's suppose there is a 4-year tenure and people were elected on first 20, they will be elected 20, they will be retired on 31st December 2023. So they will be elected at the same time and will retire at the same time. They will enjoy a uniform tenure. If, for example, somewhere between these the duration, if any member resign or died of certain reason, so a new member will be elected for interim periods. He will his tenure will also be expire when all board expired. If any member resign, then a new member is elected for interim period. The new member tenure will also be ceased with the entire board tenure. Under stager board, what is stager board? Stager board is basically on the basis of continuing on the rolling basis. Let's discuss it. In stager board, only part of the board are retired and other continue to serve the board. Let's suppose there are 8 people on the board. 4 were elected on 1st 2020, and these 4 will continue, let's suppose, for the 4 years. But in the middle of the year, 4 other retired who will be elected for other 4 years. When these 4 retired, these 4 will be there in the company. So all new fresh boards do not come, but it have stages of retirement. All elections are not held at one time. So half of the board is retired, or one half of the board is retired at one time, and then again new people are elected over there. For example, there are 8 members. 4 retire after 2 years and remaining 4 continue to serve the board. New 4 will be elected and will join the 4 old members, and all 4 old retired 2 years. So stage wise, half and remain and half retired. Balance on the board. How to maintain a balance on the board? What will bring balance on the board? Let us discuss it. Balance, when we will call a board is a balance, when it have a representation of all stakeholder, then everybody called it a balance board. While in Pakistani scenario, if we speak precisely or honestly, the balance is lacking. All stakeholders are not represented by the board of directors. So employees do not have any representation at the board of directors. Board is elected only one stakeholder, that is called shareholder or controlling shareholder or family member in Pakistan. Balance of talent, not only representation, there should be balance of talent and ability. Board should have blend of expertise, means there should be expert professionals and experienced people on the board. For example, if we study the BOD of the cement company, then there should be people from chemical engineering background, there should be people from mining engineering background, as well as people from accountancy background, from management background, and with vast experience from different industry as well as from specifically from cement industry. So that would be called balance of talent and ability. Should presence of managerial legal, financial, operational, marketing, social, and industry related expert. That's a comprehensive list of the talent and ability to be present in the board. Technical expert is necessary to control the managers. Technical means the person who know about the nature of the business in which he is board of director. Controlling shareholder do not allow expert on the board, specifically speaking in the scenario of developing nation and more specifically in Pakistan, because if there is a person who has expertise on the board will not be free to enjoy a free hand. Moving further, balance of power. Now, after balance of talent, we will discuss balance of power. How the balance of power will be maintained at the board when the board will be said that I have a balance of power. There should be a composition of independent non-executive director, executive director, and non-executive director as well. INED NED and ED means non-executive director, independent non-executive director, and only executive director. That should be the composition of the board. We will say it is balanced the power. INED must have the power to overturn the proposal by executive or representative non-executive director. If the proposal is not appropriate and not according to the policy of the company, representative non-executive director represent particular stakeholder, just as if there is any person who is set on behalf of the mutual fund or on behalf of the bank. Mostly board in Pakistan, INED and lack balance of power. So an independent non-executive director in Pakistan is very rare breed. So we can say that balance of board are not balanced with respect to its power in Pakistani corporate sector. Balance of attitude and views. Board should have diversity of view. Every board member should be open to express his view and offer his suggestion. So the board should have wide range of attitude of social, moral, and managerial attitude as well. The board of directors should not be dominated by specific mindset. Means a seat company in Pakistan we call. Associate culture dominate the corporate sector of Pakistan. Ideal board should have members who are bold and technically sound and able to give suggestion on the company's operation. In Pakistan, board are not balanced and dominated by family or group. Balance on board. Causes of absence of balance on board in Pakistan is due to absence of independent non-executive director. Why there is non-availability of independent non-executive director? Knowledge and talent to participate in meaningfully board proceeding is necessary. So we don't have that type of non-executive directors. In understanding of individual interest of all stakeholders and willing to work for it. So that type of non-executive director is required who understand the individual interest of all stakeholders, and he is also willing to work for it. That type of independent executive director is absent in Pakistan. INAD at the board should have independence and courage to oppose the management where necessary. Unnecessary opposing is not according to the practice of the corporate world. So that type of INAD are not available. The INAD who have the power to overrule the executive director where collective interest of all stakeholders demand to do so. These skills are not available in INAD in Pakistan. There are INAD as well, but who do not possess or do not behave in this enumerated attributes. If we study annual report of the company listed on Pakistan Stock Exchange, it revealed that majority director or family member, close ally of controlling shareholder. Independent non-executive directors are practically not independent because it is elected on the vote of majority shareholder, so he listen to him and even don't have their own views. Two major stakeholders are represented by the board: shareholder and lenders. So pool of talent people is unavailable to be elected on the board as independent non-executive directors. So if we study Pakistani company, you don't have a pool of talented people over there on the board. Board ignore other stakeholder and just focus on the profit for the shareholder. Board meeting. Ideally, board should meet every quarter in order to study the quarterly financial report and other matter of the company. The company should circulate a notice of meeting 7 days before the meeting and also send the agenda to the board members. Chairman should direct the meeting and record all minutes of the meeting properly and then circulate it among the members. Deliver the minute to the officer and director not less than later than 30. Within 30 days, these minutes should be circulated to the member of the board. Important issue must be placed before the board. Mean these are the issues that the board should oversee. Annual plan should be discussed. Budget should be discussed. Long-term plan, HR budget and HR policies. Quarterly operating result of each segment means financial statement, profit and loss account, balance sheet, cash flow statement. Internal audit report should be reviewed by the board. Management letter, which is called letter of weakness, is issued by external auditor. Weakness letter issued by external auditor should also be reviewed. That why it was issued, what are the loopholes in internal control. The board should give suggestion on these issues. Cases of fraud and irregularity should also be discussed. Joint venture agreement with other companies and agreement with other parties should also be reviewed at board meetings. If there is any amendment in the law, it should also be reviewed and its impact on the company's regulations. If there is any new accounting international financial reporting standard has been issued by IASB, enforcement and other matters should also be discussed at the board level. Further, status of litigation against the company or any show cause notice that was issued to the company, notice from regulatory authority, if any penalty imposed by regulatory authority on the company, what is the status of the loan repayment, default in payment of public deposit. These issues should also be discussed at the board meeting. Further, failure to recover material amount of loan from, if the company extended loan to any person, why they do not, that material amount is recovered yet. Advances and deposit made by the companies should also be discussed and reviewed. Any significant accident, if occurred, should also be reviewed, and proper procedures should be drafted in order to prevent that type of accident. Environmental issues, if the company is involved in any type of practices which harm the environment, should also be reviewed. Public or product liability, adverse judgment against the conduct of the business, if we are in litigation or somebody in litigation against the company. Any agreement with the labor union, collective bargaining agent, charter of demand on the company, payment for goodwill should also be examined, brand equity should be examined, intellectual property should also be examined. These are the areas which are very sensitive. Related party transaction in order to should also be reviewed in order to bring transparency. Pricing method for related party, that is one of the issue. Name of related relationship with the related party, terms and condition of transactions. Good boardroom practices. All directors should contribute effectively to decision-making process. Mean there should be not free rider or person just sitting for the sake of meeting. Agenda should be circulated on the time to the member of the board. Written procedure for board meeting should be present. What decorum have to be followed at the boardroom. Orientation to new director is crucial because new director should know about the company. Same information to all director at the same time. So executive director should not have other copy of information that are concealed from the executive and non-executive directors. Post facto approval, when any job have been done, and then after getting the job done, the approval, if the approval is requested by the management, it should not be granted by the board because post facto approval have their own issue. Term of reference of standing committee should properly be spelled out and drafted. Role of the chairman. Chairman is basically running the board, conduct the meeting, and setting agenda, drafting minute, and then circulating it to the board members. So chairman chairing all the meeting and setting agenda is the role of the chairman, ensuring that all board members got timely information. That is typo. It is information. Acting chairman acting as a bridge between shareholder and the board because shareholder know only a chairman. Chairman evaluating the performance of the board, meeting, attendance of the meetings, what was discussed, how much matter have been decided yet. Role of CEO, what CEO is Chief Executive Officer have a role in the company, responsible for the management and operation of the company, means he is executive, chief executive of the company, work just like a prime minister of the Pakistan, while chairman working as a president of the Pakistan. All executive and senior manager are reportable to him, reportable and accountable to board for every matter of operation. CEO carries the responsibility for the conduct of the company, business and operation. Thank you.